Just a quick point on Ukraine, Jeannie, first. So she argued again for Ukraine to join the European Union, underlining that for her, Ukraine's place is in the EU, and she also announced that a package to support Ukrainian refugees in Europe would be extended. So very clear signaling of continued support for Ukraine. The other key takeaways really are, I thought there were a few interesting things. What she said about China got applause from the assembled MEPs. She said that there would be an investigation into Chinese subsidies for electric cars. This resonated with MEPs who believe that China is distorting a level playing field, and that was really very much linked to her whole theme of European competitiveness and making sure that European industries can thrive going forward. A couple of other interesting points. She talked about the risk of extinction from artificial intelligence. I don't think I've heard her talk about AI in those stark terms, quite as stark as that before, and she announced that there would be a new high-level panel to address the risks of AI. Bear in mind that the European Parliament earlier this year became the first transnational assembly to pass, or rather to start the process of passing an artificial intelligence regulation act. I thought quite a bit of her speech was pro-business. It talked about the need to make doing business in Europe easier, to essentially kind of reduce some of the burdens on small and medium-sized enterprises in Europe. Particularly, she talked about the need for a dialogue with industry. So there was definitely a pro-business tilt in this speech. And interestingly, talk about European farmers as well. I thought that was probably a nod to the protests we've seen in the Netherlands over the last few months. So this idea that farmers have to be listened to and brought into the heart of any green transition. Speaking of green transition, she emphasized the need to protect Europe's natural habitats and to continue with the Green New Deal, although that came under that part of her speech came under criticism from some of the party groups afterwards.